Welcome to the place that has no amazing intro for you. I have no graphic, I have no inspirational words, I have nothing actually to tell you in the intro. This whole part has been a waste of your time. You could have skipped it. We're gonna listen to MB14 Journey to Nowhere. And I am not a beatboxer, I'm not a vocal coach, I'm not an engineer, I'm not a famous producer, I am not a professional dancer, I'm not even very tall. I am none of those things. In case anyone told you that, they misled you. Nope, I'm none of those things. Who am I? What am I? Why are you asking so many fucking questions? Are you a detective? I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Let's just go straight into the fucking reaction. Officer. This actually sounds like Renaissance music to me. Okay, well, not Renaissance now because we didn't have snare drums in Renaissance. There was no. And no trumpets. Now we must be like at least the 1800s. 1700s. 1800s. Okay, this is actually fucking pretty damn awesome, dude. This is pretty great. It's pretty great. When I said it's Renaissance, I was just saying because of the note choices between all the voices. They were very... Oh my god. Let's not get into fucking theory. Very diatonic, very much in the collection of notes that we're dealing with. Never mind. It's like, I think it's awesome. Let's get that out of the way. I think this is fucking amazing. But what's really striking me is how like a lot of it sounds super old. Sounds like 400 or 500 years old. And there's other aspects that don't sound that old at all. It's just fucking, I just like it. It's neat to hear it.
It's a journey to nowhere.
Okay, obviously it's all intentional. It's all intentional. But what it actually sounds like is when you know things from a certain time period and you're like sure you're like going to create something like that, and then you put things in it that aren't there. So for example, if you're like, I'm going to do a video from 1993, and then you make that video, you look up like, oh, what's going on in 1993, but then you have someone pull up an iPhone. There's no iPhone in 1993. There's no YouTube in 1993. So like all of a sudden, just those one or two elements is not 1993. But all of the musicality, as far as the pitches go and how the pitches are interacting, It's a super old style. Very old. Baroque. Renaissance, Baroque, pre-classical. Like, this really could be anything from, say, 1580 France to, say, 1700, Germany, Austria. I know there's no Germany at 1700, but I'm saying that region. Except for that drum. None of that percussion, as far as I know, existed like that back then. So you have this very modern percussion against an actual super, super old vocal style. So, props. There's a giveaway in that harmony, though. Okay, that is super dope, but there's a big giveaway in that harmony about how it's constructed here. If you listen. Now, fuck. Now I better be able to listen to harmony. Listen, so we have... I don't want to be thrown by the visual. I think that there's 3 voices, and we see 3 faces, but maybe I should keep my eyes closed and, like, listen. Okay, we have 3 independent voices. When I say independent, what I mean is we have 3 voices that are not mimicking each other. We have 3 voices that are all doing their own thing, but they're going to change here at the end. Actually, I think we might still have 3, but I kind of feel like it's 4 all of a sudden. I think we have 3 that are in a pretty consistent harmony and 1 that is off the beaten path. The one is a boot doo 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 doo. So I think we have a 3-part harmony, and then the doo 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 doo, which is a 4th voice. There could actually even be a 5th in there, but the not a 5th is in the interval. 5th is in a 5th voice. But when we're looking at those notes moving, they're all actually doing what we call parallel motion. They're all moving. They're moving the same direction at the same time. So they're all moving up or down or holding, which is actually something you would not really hear in this style. It sounds pretty cool. It sounds cool as fuck, honestly, in the actual thing. But you would not actually hear, given what everything else you heard before this, that's not how those voices would have been done. So what it really sounds like to me is maybe he plays keys, or he knows someone that plays keys, and so he wrote out the notes he was going to sing, and then he just had them pluck them out and move the hand up and down the keyboard. But what you wouldn't do that. You would not actually move all of those voices with a similar trajectory. You would take a couple and go contrary motion, especially given what's happened before this. Sounds cool. Sounds super cool. But I think it would have been kind of nice, like in this last 10 seconds, to have an element of that going on. I don't know how to explain it in a way that's like not nerdy. Chords have notes, right? Chords have 3 notes, 3 or more notes. And so when you're moving from chord to chord, you look at all of the voices, all of the notes that are being sung. So in this case, 3 people are singing 3 notes. And then when you're moving to another chord, you don't move them all the same way. That's how I would play as a pianist, because I'm bad at piano. I would just move my hand and just play 3 notes always the same way all around. But you go, no, we're singing, and so you would look at is how far away are all the notes from each other, and you might move some lower and some higher, so you get some contrary emotion in there. Still sounds cool. Still sounds very awesome. But given how in tune his harmonies are, it would have been pretty awesome to hear some contrary emotion in that. And by the way, since I'm the fucking boss of this channel, I just realized there's a Bach fugue, which is all vocal, I think, that I can look up. And we're gonna do that because contrary emotion, which a fugue is contrary emotion on a whole fucking different level, by the way. So hey, we're segueing here. If you need to leave, you fucking leave. A fugue is a old Baroque style. I think it's Baroque. A fugue is where you have a singer or an instrumentalist, and they sing a line, and they start singing. And then after 2-4 measures or whatever, someone else comes in, and they're basically singing the same line, but they're moved up or down a pitch. But there are slight differences in where their melody goes, and they actually begin attacking each other and creating chords and harmonies, and then just distinct melodies. And so this Bach fugue, if I can find it, hopefully I can find it because I haven't looked it up yet, is a 4-part fugue, meaning there are 4 different voices, which can be easily represented with the strings as violin, viola, cello, bass. You're not gonna mute me, bitch. So I'm betting this is the only MB14 reaction on Earth that's gone from the reaction to a Bach fugue. I think it's called, there's definitely a number. Hopefully we can just get Little Fugue. Okay, it's short. Like I said, it should be all really similar lines. Everyone's playing basically the same thing. They're gonna diverge a little bit. The vocal one's cooler in my opinion. I've never heard these guys play, but whatever, let's go. Hell yeah, that's that. So as each person plays, they're basically playing the same thing that happened before them with a slight variation. Notice that one part. If there's nothing else you hear, you should always hear this bum ba bum ba bum ba 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 bum ba bum. Because so far, 5 fucking people have already played it. Every time it resets, bum 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 ba bum 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 bum. fucking some Bach. Good job, guys. That was pretty fucking good performance. That's pretty good. Oh, I guess let's end this reaction, and then I might go seek out some vocal shit. I don't know who I'm gonna find, but I might go seek out something. Later, YouTube!